Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to finish our IPsec VPN tunnel lab between Cisco and FortiGate. In previous video, I showed you how to create your lab and prepare your lab and pre-configure your routers and firewalls from scratch. Before I jump into the configuration part, I would like to apologize for the delay between the two videos. I was busy a lot, and I also had to change my laptop, so I had to rebuild the whole GNS3 environment and my labs again. But yeah, that doesn't justify the delay, so I will try my best to publish video almost at least every 2 days. Okay, so just to recap from the previous video, we have router 1, which is a Cisco router and running iOS 15. And on the right side, we have a FortiGate, which is running FortiOS 5.6.1. And at the middle, we have a router, which is representing on our internet and is simulating our internet. It's a router in between that I changed the uh, symbol to to a cloud. That's so simple. Okay. Then I showed you how you can create a Microsoft Loopback test Ethernet adapter network adapter card on your Windows. Actually, I didn't show you that, but I'm using that to bridge my own laptop into the interface port 2 of the FortiGate, and I can access the GUI via that. So let's just jump into here. Uh, let's do it from the beginning. I just want you guys to be on the same page with me. So if I go HTTP uh, 10.10.10.200, as you can see, I can reach the FortiGate, which is running inside my GNS3 uh, platform, my GNS3 environment. Okay. Now, before we jump into the configuration for the crypto part, I'm going to check if I have basic IP connectivity from router 1 to the FortiGate. So if I try to ping 100.100.100.2, which is representing the public IP address of the FortiGate, and it's going to be our remote peer from R1 perspective, we should be able to ping it. So ping 100.100.100.2, and we are able to ping it, and even 100.100.1. So life is good. We have IP connectivity between the two routers, two firewalls. So let's jump into the configuration. I will start on the Cisco router, global configuration mode. Uh, so before I start the configuration, I would like to highlight a point that I'm not going to, in my videos, I'm not going to talk about the technologies itself and the concept. And the assumption is that you already know how the technology works and what is IPsec VPN, what is phase 1, what is phase 2, what elements we define. I'm just going to show you how you can configure that. And the main reason for that is that I know that there are a lot of nice videos in YouTube that you can find with nice presentation, PowerPoints, even from famous vendors that it explains to you everything. But on the configuration side, the reason that I'm focusing on this part is that day-to-day work as network engineer, we face this kind of situation that we have to configure IPsec between two different vendors, or there are some fine tunings that you have to take care of, and I personally would believe that this is more practical. Okay, so on R1, I'm going to start with crypto ISOCAMP policy. I'm going to define my crypto ISOCAMP policy. You can assign any number you want. I would put just, let's say, oh, before that, I just gonna check if I don't have any policy. Show crypto ISOCAMP policy. Okay, I have, as you can see, there are some default here, but we are not going to use the default. So let's do crypto ISOCAMP policy 20. Here, if I do question mark, I can see that these are the ISOCAMP elements that I can ISOCAMP parameters that will be negotiated with the remote peer that I can define here. So let's say authentication method will be pre-shared key. My encryption will be DES, and the reason that I'm using the least encryption supported is that because on the other side, which I have the FortiGate, it's an evaluation license and it doesn't support higher encryption algorithm or cryptographic algorithms. So let's go with the minimum now, but of course on production environment you should avoid the minimums and you should always go with next generation encryption. Before I continue, I just would like to highlight again that this is only native crypto map IPsec VPN between the two devices. As you know, there are different flavors of VPN between two endpoints, side-to-side VPN. Um, the reason that I started with this one is that because it's very common from among companies that they just establish this kind of VPN. It's simpler to configure that. Now we are talking today. We are talking about IKE version 1. I will create other videos. I will publish other videos that you can configure IKE version 2 with next generation encryption. Sorry, and also for something like VTI, which is very becoming so much popular that you can run BGP or routing protocols over your tunnel with virtual tunnel interface. So let's continue. Encryption DES, Diffie-Hellman group 2, hash algorithm for integrity. It's going to be MD5. And what else? Lifetime. I will leave lifetime as default. So let's check what do we have. Show IP, show crypto, ISOCAMP policy. Okay, we have policy MD5. This is policy 10, policy 12. We have Defiant Group 2, hash 5. So everything looks fine. And as you can see, the default lifetime is 86,400 seconds. This is going to be the same. We should pay attention to these parameters that it has to be identical on the remote peer as well. Okay. Now we will configure the key. We will put crypto ISOCAMP key, and the key will be Cisco with C capital 1234. And address, I will put the public IP address of my remote peer, which is going to be 100, 100, 102. Right, so it's going to authenticate this particular remote peer with this key. Okay, this is all it for our phase 1 part. Now we will go to create our access list. So IP access list extended. I call it VPN traffic. So permit IP. I will put it permit IP. The source will be my loopback LAN interface. So 192, 168.0, 0 with wildcard mask of 000 255. The destination will be the LAN behind the FortiGate, which my laptop is also connected to. It is going to be 10.10.10.0.24, so it's going to be 10.10.10.0.000.255. Now we are good to go. Okay. Now we will define our transform set for IPsec tunnel for phase 2 crypto IPsec transform set. I call it my set. You can call it whatever you want. I'm going to use ESP DES. and ESP MD5 HMAC. I will leave the default on transform set, so I'm not gonna change the mode. You can change it to tunnel mode or transport mode, but I will leave it just as default. So let's configure a crypto map. Crypto map, I will call it my map, and sequence number 10, and ISA IPsec ISA camp. So here I'm going to set my peer. Set peer. I'm gonna set my peer. The IP address 100, 100, 102. Right. Set. I'm gonna transform set. Set the transform set as my set, and match address. I'm going to put the name of the extended access list that I created. It was, I think, VPN traffic, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this one. Match address, and that's it so far. So let's do a quick show crypto map. Okay, so we have a crypto map. Let's review that. It's a crypto map. It's called my map. Sequence number 10, and my peer will be 100, 102. Okay, and my interesting traffic will be this one. That's cool. PF is disabled. Transform set will be ESPDS, ESPMD5. One interesting point is that we didn't particularly specify the lifetime. As you can see, the default for phase 2 lifetime on Cisco iOS port is 3600 seconds. You should be careful that it should be identical on the FortiGate side as well. So now that our crypto map is created, but if you just don't attach the crypto map to any particular interface, it's going to just sit there idle. So that's what we don't want. So if I go to interface gigabit 00, which will be my kind of outside interface, which is connected to internet, and I do crypto map and my map, and that's it. So as you can see that ISACamp is on now. This is it from our Cisco side. Let's jump into the FortiGate. It's gonna be straightforward on FortiGate as well. So I just log into my FortiGate. I'm gonna go to VPN, IPsec tunnel, IPsec wizard, sorry. Then custom. I will name it IPsec to Cisco. Next. And here I'm going to define my phase 1, phase 2. So the remote gateway will be static IP address. IP address will be 80, 80, 82. Interface will be WAN. NAT traversal, I don't want to enable it. Pre-shared key will be Cisco 1234, right? Phase 1 proposal, we have DES and MD5. As you can see, as I told you, if you just click, you have only MD. On the encryption, you have only DES. And the reason for that is that, as I said, we are using an evaluation license. And this is the maximum that you can have in this kind of license. Okay. So def element group will be 2. Lifetime is correct. Now we will go to phase 2. Phase 2, the name, I can change the phase 2 name. I can put it like P2, right? Now, the interesting traffic, my side will be 10, 10, 10, 0 slash 255, 255, 255, 0. Remote 192, 168, 0, 0. 255, 255, 255, 0, 0. Okay. Something is not right. 100, 255, 255. Okay, there is one. Oops. Okay, let's do it again. 192.168.0.0 slash 255, 255, 255, 0. Okay. Now I will click on advance. And here I'm going to say that my proposal for phase 2 is going to be DES MD5, PFS disabled. And here's the point. As I told you, lifetime here is different by default. So what was my lifetime there? If I go to my router 1, so if I do show crypto map, lifetime was 3,600. So 3,600. Now I will click OK. I have created my VPN. It's inactive, but don't panic. It's going to be okay. So the next thing on FortiGate side is going to be, we have to, because this is a firewall, don't forget that we are dealing with a firewall. It's not a router. So we have to define our firewall rules. I will call it from LAN to IPsec. Incoming interface will be LAN. Outgoing will be this tunnel interface somehow. My source will be all. Of course, in production, it's going to be more specific to narrow down the exact traffic that you want to pass through. And service all, I don't want to do NAT. Okay. And I will do again, this time IPsec. What was the other one? It was LAN to IPsec. Okay. Now I will do IPsec to LAN. Okay, it's going to be from IPsec tunnel to LAN. Source will be all. Destination will be all. Service will be all. I'm not going to do NAT. Okay, so all rules are okay. Now another piece of puzzle on FortiGate side is that, so on router side, we don't need to add routing. So if I just go to router 1, if I do show IP route, I already have a default route which is pointed to my internet, let's say, cloud, right? It's enough from our router, our Cisco iOS, because how it works from the Cisco side is that any traffic which matches with the crypto map access list that created, in that case, it will be encrypted and it will be routed to the tunnel. When we say tunnel, it's not really a logical tunnel. It's just be encrypted and it will be forwarded to that gigabit 00. But that's not the case with FortiGate. So for FortiGate, what we have to do, we have to add a static route. Otherwise, it wouldn't work. So if I come here, static route, create new, and my device will be IPsec, and destination will be 10, 10, 10. Oh, sorry. No, not 10, 10. 192, 168, 00 slash 24. And okay. So I have added this one. Right. Okay. Now let's see. I think that's it. Let's see if our tunnel comes up. Okay, it's down from here, but that's normal. We should generate some traffic. Okay, now I'm going to ping 10, 10, 10, 200, which is the IP address of my FortiGate by on the LAN side. And I'm gonna source it from loopback 1. And let's see. Okay, it worked. Perfect. If I do a refresh and my tunnel is up, you see? That was one of the few tunnels that I could get it up uh, at the very first attempt, and I'm really happy for that. So just to make sure here, I'm going to do again the ping, but this time repeat 1000 time. And here, if I do refresh, you can see that the statistic for incoming data and outgoing data is increasing. So it means that my tunnel is working and I'm able to ping my LAN behind the FortiGate. Here, if I want to verify, I will do show crypto ISOCamp SA, and I can see that my SA is active. Show crypto IPsec SA detail, and I can see exactly how many packets have been sent, encrypted, encapsulated, decapsulated, and it shows my IPsec security association, which works fine. Um, just to be sure, I'm going to ping also from FortiGate. So here I'm going to ping it like execute ping option source turn 200. I just requested from I just executed a command on the CLI of FortiGate that please use for this particular ping the source of 1010 on 200. So I'm gonna execute ping 192.168.0.1. This is the LAN. Yeah, okay. This is the LAN IP address behind the Cisco IS, and it works. So we have our VPN up and running between FortiGate and Cisco iOS. I hope this video was informative for you, and thank you for watching.